You might be thinking, is it even possible to cancel a LegalZoom order? Once it's in the system, isn't it set in stone? The good news is it often is possible to cancel or at least modify your LegalZoom order. But there are some crucial things you need to know and steps you need to take. This isn't like canceling a Netflix subscription where you just click a button and you're done. Because LegalZoom deals with legal documents and processes that often involve government agencies, there are a few more layers to peel back. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap on how to navigate the cancellation process, minimize potential costs, and understand your options. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty of how to cancel, let's understand why it's not always a straightforward one-click affair. LegalZoom acts as an intermediary, helping you prepare and file legal documents with various state and federal entities. Once your order progresses to a certain point, especially if documents have been submitted to a government office, the process becomes more complex. It's no longer just about LegalZoom's internal systems. It's about external governmental processes that have their own rules and timelines. This is why timing is absolutely critical when it comes to cancellations. The sooner you act, the better your chances of a full or significant refund. So let's get into it. The very first thing you need to do, the absolute priority, is to check the status of your order. This is paramount because it dictates your next steps and the likelihood of a successful cancellation. To do this, log into your LegalZoom account. Once you're in, navigate to your My Orders or Order History section. Here, you'll see a list of all your past and current orders, along with their current status. What kind of statuses are you looking for? You might see things like order placed, in progress, processing with state, submitted to state, or completed. Each of these statuses has different implications for cancellation. If your order status is order placed or in progress, and it hasn't been long since you submitted it, you're in the best possible position. In many cases, if the order is still in the initial processing stages and hasn't been sent off for review or filing with a government agency, you can often cancel it directly through your LegalZoom account. Look for a Cancel Order button or link prominently displayed next to your order details. If you find this option, congratulations. Click it, follow the prompts, and you're likely on your way to a full refund. However, it's more common that your order has progressed beyond this initial stage, especially if a day or two has passed. If your status is processing with state or submitted to state, this is where things get a bit more involved. At this point, LegalZoom has likely already begun preparing your documents and may have even submitted them to the relevant government agency. Once documents are submitted to a state, federal, or local government office, LegalZoom typically incurs non-refundable filing fees. These fees are usually passed on to you. Even if the status indicates submission to a state, do not give up hope immediately. Your next crucial step is to contact LegalZoom customer service immediately. And by immediately, I mean as soon as you realize you want to cancel. Time is of the essence. You can typically find their contact information, including phone numbers and sometimes live chat options, on their website, usually in the Contact Us or Help section. When you speak to a LegalZoom representative, clearly state that you wish to cancel your order. Be prepared to provide your order number and any other identifying information they request. Explain your situation concisely. They will be able to tell you the exact status of your order and what options are available to you. Now, let's talk about what to expect when you contact them with an order that's further along. If your order is processing with state or submitted to state, a full refund of the LegalZoom service fee might not be possible. However, you will likely be eligible for a refund of any unused services or unfiled government fees. For example, if you paid for an expedited filing service that hasn't been utilized yet, or if there were additional services bundled with your order that haven't been initiated, you may get a partial refund for those components. Crucially, any government filing fees that have already been paid to the state or federal agency are generally non-refundable. These fees are paid directly to the government and are not controlled by LegalZoom. The customer service representative will guide you through the specific cancellation policy that applies to your order based on its current stage. They'll also explain what portion of your payment, if any, is refundable. Be prepared for the possibility of a partial refund rather than a full one. What if your order status is completed? This is the most challenging scenario. If your order is marked as completed, it means your documents have likely been successfully filed with the relevant government agency. At this point, a direct cancellation in the traditional sense is usually not possible. The legal entity you created, e.g., an LLC or corporation, officially exists. However, even with a completed order, you still have options, though they shift from cancellation to dissolution or withdrawal. If you formed an LLC or corporation, you would need to initiate the process of formally dissolving that entity with the state. This involves filing additional paperwork and often paying more government fees. LegalZoom can assist you with this dissolution process, but it would be a new service order, not a cancellation of the original one. Similarly, if you filed a trademark application that has been completed, you cannot cancel it, but you could choose to abandon the application. It's also worth noting LegalZoom's satisfaction guarantee. While it's primarily about the quality of their service, it can sometimes offer an avenue for resolution if you believe there was an error on their part or a misunderstanding that led to your desire to cancel. Their policy often states they will correct any errors or refund their fees if they made a mistake. This is different from simply changing your mind, but it's a valuable recourse if applicable. When speaking with customer service, always be polite but firm about your request. Gather all your order details beforehand, including the order number, date of purchase, and the exact service you ordered. This will help expedite the process. If for some reason you are having trouble reaching them by phone or chat, send an email as well, creating a paper trail of your attempt to cancel. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.